By doing a little sketch, and I'm going to share it with you the way I did it. Okay, so let's do a freehand. Okay, so the first thing that you want to have is your paper, and we're not going to be painting a background, but even though I like to have my paper in a plastic board or whatever board you have, with some of masking tape like that, you are not going to move your paper and have distractions. Okay, so the second thing that I'm going to be doing is very soft. I'm going to find my middle line of the paper like this. Okay, and then you want to have your horizon, so always is better to have more space in the top of your page than in the bottom of the page. So I'm going to flip a little bit my page, and using my pinky I'm going to trace my horizon line. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a rectangle. Just draw a rectangle that is going to be the body, the head, all the belly, and his tennis shoes. Okay, just a regular rectangle. And now you are going to do a circle, but the circle is going to be one part of the circle. I want you to add it inside your rectangle. So I'm going to use my HB mechanical pencil, and I'm going to push a little bit more because I want you guys to be able to see it. Okay, but if by the time that you're going to be doing this, I recommend you to use a very soft lines, and then after that I recommend you to like erase as much as you can. Also, you can use a watercolor pencil like that. At the moment that you're going to be using the water, the lines are going to be disappearing. Okay, so now I'm going to find his nose. Okay, so this is more like a cartoonish. This is something that we need to remember. Okay, so I'm going to add his nose in between where the lines of the square cross, and from here I want to add these two lines that are going to be part of his heart. So now from the middle of the nose, I want to make this curve that is going to be the middle part of his hat. Then I want to start drawing one part of his hat. Remember, this is the middle part. Okay, I'm going to go very easy, and then the other side I'm not going to continue this line. I'm going to go outside because I want him to have a big, beautiful heart. Okay, then we can erase the lines that we're not using anymore. And let me check on your comments in one more second. If you're my patron, after this tutorial, I have already your outline ready for you. So you don't need to be doing your sketch. but if you want to try, that's something that is going to be good as well. You know, always to try a freehand, it makes your piece of art more yours. You know what I mean? Okay, so let me check on you guys. This is a watercolor, yes, page, and it's 300 grams. So now, after this, let's find out, of course, his big mustache. So for the big mustache, we know it's going to start in the bottom of his nose, and then we're going to find, like, imagine like kind of like an eye, a shape of an eye. I hope you are able to see it, and let's do it in both sizes. We're going to use this curve that we have here. And I'm going to correct this line. Okay, and also I want to correct this line. Okay, so now we can add some lines inside of the mustache, just to give us an idea. We're going to be painting the light gray, and I want to erase the part of the circle. Okay, hi Jane. So then the bottom part of his big mustache is like a ponytail. Okay, just one and another one. Okay, so now I want to find his shoes. For the tennis shoes, let me check on you guys. So far so good? Good. For the tennis shoes, first I want to do a half of a circle, and then if you notice, this is not a complete circle. Okay, I'm going to start tracing. You can just do two little circles that will represent his boots or his shoes, whatever works better for you. Okay, and the second one. Oh, we need to put some of the bottom part. And this need to be a little bigger. There you go. We have the tennis shoes. This is part of his dress. Here I'm going to add a V-neck. Like that we will understand later on what is part of his, like, I don't want to say dress or like outfit, and the sweater that he has inside. Hi Heather, good to see you here. So now I want to add one of his hands. And he has gloves, so we need to remember that. You don't see a lot of his fingers, you just see some of the shape. Okay, and I'm going to move this tape because the I want the heart to be here. Okay, so the heart is going to be touching his part of his heart. So I'm going to place first my circle. Okay, and I can even erase the extra lines. Then I'm going to find the angle, okay, here. Okay, and I'm going to add this is the inside part of the heart. Oh, thank you for let us know, Barbara. Have a good day. So I'm going to erase the extra lines. And I just want to add outside the heart, you know, the extra plastic of these metallics balloons. And then I want to draw the inside heart. Okay, and now the heart, we need to add some lines. And in this point you can play with the volume of the heart. And also you can correct some lines. Okay, and we need the other hand, so I'm going to try to make the same. And there you go, we have our outline. Maybe this part of the outfit is going to have a little angle, this one too, and the inside is going to be the squares. I'm going to be doing it with the watercolor. Okay, so when you have your sketch ready, it's good to apply. Let me read to you. Oh, can you hear the music? I'm glad, guys. I'm glad that you can hear my music.
So now I'm going to erase my lines. You know, I love Patron music. Play some music when I'm painting, and I have been using doing this when I'm doing lines. an experiment for me. So by doing these lines are going to be soft, but this is good when you are doing watercolor paintings, because everything that is stay in the background, when the water will be like applying to your paper, the graphite is going to stay there and you are not going to be able to erase it. So I'm not going to be erasing it a lot because I want you guys to be able to see the lines, but you have the idea, right?
Okay, so I'm going to start by using this big guy, and the paintings that I'm going to be adding is going to be my lightest. I'm going to be using a light red, and what I mean when I say light red is just more water into my red color. So this is a Naphtol red from H. Graham painting. So I'm going to put a little bit, because remember guys, when we play with or paint with watercolor, we don't need to use too much paint. And I'm going to activate the color, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to wet a little bit my brush, and I'm going to paint with water. I'm going to be doing wet with wet. So with the tip of my brush, I'm adding all. I want to wet all this area. Be careful with the balloon, don't touch the balloon. So I'm going to grab a little bit of my red that has water, because I want to have a pale red just to start, and I'm going to be building the colors. If you see, it looks like a really pale pink. Okay, and with this pink, I want to add a little bit into his nose. Okay, so now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to wait this to get dry, but now that I have this pink, I want to add some of the lightest lines of his outfit. And I'm going to be using my hair dryer just to accelerate the process of the drying. But if you are in your home, I totally recommend you that allow the watercolor to do its own process. Okay, so I'm going to add more light pink, and I want to add this light pink into the balloon, but this time the outside of the inside heart is going to be a straight line, and then I just want to make some like strokes, some small lines all around like this, and I'm going to leave it alone. Okay, okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start painting the straight red that we have. So I'm going to grab a little bit of water, and I'm going to load my brush, this time with less water, and I'm going to paint this rich bright red in this part of the heart. So when we finish painting this guy, I'm going to be making a sticker. So I'm going to skip because this is going to be dark red, light red. So I'm going to ask my patrons to vote which one of the two gnomes are going to be able to make a sticker. keep moving this one. That's why I'm loving in these brushes, because it has a beautiful tip that I can be really like touching tiny parts, and I can control more the amount of pigment. Okay, so now I wanna add this part of the, if Helen was here, she will know exactly the word, this part of the heart. Very soft lines. I'm gonna clean my brush, take out the excess of the water, because I want to move the two edges of the watercolor. To grab a little more red again. I'm going to leave it alone. A little bit more. Okay. And now I want to look for a dark red. And how we do a dark red. So what I'm going to be doing, I have this green, Hawker's green, and what I'm going to be doing is applying a little bit besides my red, just a tiny bit, to clean my brush. Then I'm going to separate a little bit of this red, and I'm going to grab a really like nothing of this green, and I'm going to mix it. Until I have the dark red that I'm looking for. There you go. This is a beautiful red. Okay, so I'm going to grab a little bit of water just to mix it. I want to clean a little bit my brush because I want to load it just with the tip, and I'm going to start adding this red into these missing areas, but I'm going to be careful because I want to leave a white empty space in between the colors. When you're doing this, if you didn't wait that this part is dry, you just be careful, do not touch it with your hand. I'm going to have a solid, close, dark red. And also it can be beautiful with pink, whatever color works good for you, or even purple. little bit of water. And now that I have this color in my brush, I want to go inside the heart, but this time what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to apply this red into my left side. Then quickly clean your brush and move to the right the color. I'm going to grab again and I'm going to be moving back and forth from the top to the bottom to have this beautiful, blending color from dark to light. When still this is dark, is wet, I'm going to touch again a little bit of my green. Because I want to add very dark red in this edge. Clean your brush very well. I'm going to take out the excess of the water. I'm just going to move a little bit. I want a beautiful gradient. Okay. Now with the same dark red let me clean my brush first. With the same dark red, let me check on you guys. Larger picture, yes, much better, right? Crimson. There you go, Heather. So I load my brush again, and this part of his sweater, the sleeves, a little bit of water. When you see that the water is not moving, apply a little water into the bristles to help you to move the paint. We're painting wet paint into dry paper. That's wet on dry. Okay. Now I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to grab the straight red that we have here. And I'm going to go and add some lines, but for this I need to just move it a little bit, the painting, because I want to have a straight line. So I'm going to start in the bottom. I'm going to keep moving. very slow. Trying to make straight lines. Oops, my head. Guys, I hope you're not sleeping. Should I off the music? I want to say thank you for my patrons, because every single video that I'm able to do is thanks of them. I really appreciate all your support, advices, and everything. Okay, there you go. So here I want to grab the dark red that we have here. Oh, hope it doesn't start freezing. To clean my brush, and I want to grab clean water because I want to have this light pink for this part of the sweater, of the leaves, sleeves. And for this part. Okay, this looks is dry, so I'm going to grab again. I'm going to change my brush now, and I'm going to start using my number 2. Okay, so now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to add some shadows with my round number 6. This is dry, so I'm going to grab a little bit of water. I'm going to grab a little bit of the dark red that we did, just a little bit. I don't want to use too much. More water, and I'm going to add shadows in the left side of his hat. I'm going to wet my brush, clean the water and the light areas. Just want to soft a little bit these shadows. And let me dry it and paint this in dark red. So I'm going to prepare again a little bit of more dark red here. can even use more of the red. Is my naphthol red. More little of the green, more red. Hi Marvin, good to see you here. And I'm going to be painting all this part that we miss. Weave it. And I'm going to add a little bit of more of the green because I want to have a darker red more. I think this is good. And when I use it, a little accident, this part of the sweater. I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to change of brushes. I'm using the number 2. Because I want just to move a little bit this dark area. With red, same brush. Okay, so now I'm going to add more water into my red to have again a light pink. And with this light pink, I want to add some lines in these white strips. And with our dark red, dark red, I'm going to add some little hearts. I'm going to just move a little bit my paper and be careful because here I have a little accident. I'm going to paint my first heart. Oh, my head again. So good. A little more brush. Here we can have one big one part outside like this. And then another one. Like this. So we need to keep adding hearts. So I'm going to, I'm going to change now in front. So but this time it's going to be just one side like this, and the another one like this. And in this tiny one we can add a tiny one. Okay, so the snowflakes are going to be at the end. Okay, so with the same brush I'm going to add a little more of red and green to make this beautiful dark red again, because we can be playing a little bit with the balloon. Hi Tanya. So what I'm going to be doing first, I'm going to add the outside. No, you know what? Change your mind. First, I'm going to change my brush number 6, and I'm going to grab some of the pink that we have here, but need to be different pink that we already have all around, right? So I want to add just a line first, like this, and I'm going to paint as well the little extra part of the balloon. Okay, and now I'm going to like drag a little bit the same paint here and there. You know how the metallic balloons, they have these wrinkles all over? So with this pink, I want to paint his gloves. And with the same pink, I want to add shadow to his nose. I'm going to clean my brush. So the center needs to be lighter. Okay, I can even grab a little bit more of the red with water that is pink-ish. And just go around. Clean the brush. With the tip of my brush, I am just like blending the colors. So let's paint the mustache. Well, the heart is getting dry. Okay, so I have here my cerulean blue from Cotman, de Wilson and Newton, and let me check on you. So far so good. Okay, we don't even need so much. And for this I want to use my new color that I want to share with you guys. From Daniel Smith, the name is Lamp Black. I'm going to be experimenting more with this color, and I'm going to be sharing with you my experience in Patron. Okay, so with my thinnest brush that I have, that is the number 2, I'm going to clean it very, very well. I'm going to grab clean water, and I'm going to touch first a little bit of the blue, very light and gentle. Then I want to touch the tip of my brush, the black, and I'm going to make this like light bluish grayish. Okay, so it's time for me to start giving more color to his mustache. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase more the lines. Okay, as much as I can. Load my brush again. Let me check on you. Hi, Shanna. So I'm going to start applying this light gray that is going to be like the white hair. At the beginning, maybe you're not going to be noticing, but then we're going to start adding more color. And always I prefer to start lighter and then keep moving. Okay, so let's prepare a little bit more. A little bit of blue first. There you go. And the tip of the black. Now you can see start going more. We have more color here, so let me add more water. Okay, and I'm going to go back. I'm going to start in the bottom. So I'm building the colors here. Okay, so now this part, I say ponytail, but because it looks like a ponytail, but it's not ponytail. So it's important in this part, guys, to leave some white areas. Okay, I'm going to wait this to get dry, just to revisit if we need to add more shadows. Let me just add here. So let me just dry it to keep working the balloon, okay? Okay, I'm back. And it's dry, so let's keep working the balloon. So I'm going to go again and start working, clean my brush number 2, round number 2. And I'm going to grab a little bit of the dark red that we have here ready. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start adding some little strokes here and there, just in the edge of the balloon. And with the same color here and there, not all the time, add some wrinkles. And if you see, my lines are not continued. little bit more. Now what I'm going to do is with the same red, but I want to add water to this red to have the same tone of the red but lighter. So I'm going to be working an extra shadow inside this balloon, the inside of the heart. With the same color, I want to go aside and just add some shadows and wrinkles as well. I'm going to clean my brush because now I want to grab a little bit of my original red with water. I want to have like a rich red, bright red. And I want to go in the loop, the little like, let me take out the outside of the balloon that has this like movement. I want just to add a little bit of the red. Let me add more water. And here and there I'm going to introduce this red inside. Also all around. When we introduce some new color, you were like working in the tones and the family of reds. You don't want to isolate the new color. You want to add some colors of the same color just to show that here we have a new color. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to revisit again the darkest area. So I'm going to grab my red now, and remember I show you how by applying green you can have a very rich red. So I want to add more shadow in some areas. And some wrinkles. Tiny one. Let me clean my brush, and I'm going to go with the lightest red that I have here, and I'm going to go with tiny wrinkles outside this part of the heart. Okay, and I think this part is ready, guys. Okay, so let's finish his shoes. So for his shoes we have here the blue. I'm still using the same brush, the number 2 round. Oh, thank you. He's a gentleman looking for his lady. So I'm just using my cerulean blue and I'm just adding different tones of the same blue in some areas of the shoes. I'm gonna add light blue here. And here. Then more straight blue this part. I want to wait this part to get dry, and while we're waiting I'm going to be painting with my tiny baby brush some white snowflakes. So I have my Pro White, and I'm checking my shadows, and let me just correct this part, this shadow. So let me just grab one of the dark red that we have here. Before adding the snowflakes, you need to be like checking the colors, if the colors are the one that you're looking for. And yeah, I want to have more like the edges more darker. And I'm going to drag the paint. You see what I did? Let me prepare more red, dark red with green and red. So I applied the dark color. I clean my brush and I moved the color. Okay, let's apply again. Here and here. A little exit there. And outside, mixing my red and my green. Here I want to add more dark toned. By doing this, I'm helping the balloon to show up more. In my brush, and I'm going to move the shadow. Okay, so I think this is good. And with my number 2, I want to grab a little bit of the red because I want to add some shadows in his gloves. So dry paper with wet paint. next one, a little bit of the red, this part, quickly with water, and a little bit on his thumb. So this is dry. Let me grab a little bit more of the cerulean blue. Very light blue. And now I want to grab a very thick, strong blue. Because I want to apply some shoe lashes. There you go. And for the mustache, I have blue in my brush, so I'm mixing blue and this beautiful black. Hey Frank, good to see you here, sweetie. And more water. So I'm going to add more of this color in his mustache. Let me just move a little bit. And if you see I'm moving the brush, I'm not moving my hand, not like this. And it's better always to come back and add more color than since the beginning add that many color that you cannot delete or erase later. You know what I mean? Start at 1, but it's going to be this video, guys, is going to stay for the next 3 days here in my fan page, and it's going to be as well in YouTube and of course in my website. Let me show you. Remember, we want to have some white areas because he has white hair. Clean my brush very well and grab a little bit of the red that I have here, because I don't want to forget to add these lines into the V-neck. Okay, and the light green, the light pink, we need to revisit it again. So I'm going to add more water to this part of the red that we have here. And you guys, if you have pink, you can just go and use pink. Okay, so I want to just do it with the same color, like that. You can see how using really one tube you can have different tones. Okay, so be careful when you do this. The red strips need to be like dry. Now I think we can see more the squares, right? So let's paint now with our white pearl. So I have here my paint, and I want to use and look, this so tiny, I love it. So I want to add a little bit of water first. Oh, there you go. Hello, Canela. Canela is my dog, and the neighbor's dog is barking, so she's doing her job. Okay, so I'm going to flip. I'm going to start with this one. So I'm going to do now, first I'm going to add a little circle, okay, and from here across, and then cross. This is going to be more simple. Just move. I want to be able to see better. Okay, so the next, here we're going to have 3, so we can have 2 here. So I'm going to make one here. You can apply this with wash, wet wash if you have wash. You can use acrylic. And here we have 3. So the first one, I want to make it in here, the same direction of his nose. And let me check on you guys. Okay, so far so good. So I don't know what time is it. We're almost done, so I don't want to be covered myself. I want you guys to be able to see it. So you can paint more complicated the snowflakes, as my original has more lines, but I decided this time to do it just like that to show you sometimes less is best. Okay, so the original, I think I'm going to add the highlight here. This time I want to add very thick paint. Something like this. And just for fun, I want to grab some of my white again. And add these white lines in between. And in his glove. And little stitches. Sorry that I'm moving all over. But it's so tiny, these strokes. And here and here, just one part. Okay, so the last thing I want to be doing is just revisiting that everything looks okay before calling it, maybe to give a little more of the little pink. This is so cute, right? I'm glad you like it, guys. more intentional. We need to have more color into his nose. Just a little detail is going to help to separate this part of the heart to his nose. And I think I'm done, guys. So what do you think? Do you like it?